What's up, y'all? This your boy Eddie Jax. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast. Before we get into some fight talk, this episode is brought to you by Laidback TV, okay? Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel, so you can check out pay-per-view UFC this Saturday for Alex Pereira defending his light heavyweight championship, okay? Multiple languages, every HBO, okay? You fucking name it, okay? It's only $25 a month. It's compatible on your iPhones, Androids, and your Fire Sticks. Now, check them out at layback.tv.com, LAYBACKTV.com. Now, let's get into some fight talk, motherfucker. Whoa! Holy shit, bro. This shit is crazy. What have we been going through when it comes down to boxing? Yo, boxing seems to be getting very controversial. Very controversial, okay? So, I'm going to go with a lot of crazy little rants here, okay? So, Ring Magazine, and shout out to Ring Magazine, okay? They're actually coming back with a vengeance, not just as a magazine, not as a fifth fucking unrealistic championship in a division, because you know when you become an undisputed champion, right? You win the nowadays in the Undisputed Championship era. You win the WBO, the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC Championship. But you also have a fifth belt, Ring Magazine Championship. That belt's never fucking defended. I don't understand. I feel like it's a trophy, a participation trophy. Whoever the fuck cares. But Ring Magazine is doing events now. I guess they got new shareholders, they got new owners, they new buyers. Oscar De La Hoya sold his shares to it. But they're going to do an event. First event, May 2nd. And that's the day before Canelo fights William Skull in Riyadh on this one of 4 fight deal with Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency. So Ring Magazine is doing their event on May 2nd, right? I believe that's a Friday on Cinco de Mayo weekend. But it's going to be in Times Square. Interesting. Now, New York, they have the Mecca, okay? Madison Square Garden. Now we got Barclays Center in Brooklyn. This is interesting. They're going to do this in Times Square. I really hope they get this to the point where it ain't going to rain. Times Square, if you've never been there, Times Square is pretty fucking busy. Just saying. But yeah, Times Square, it's lit. Okay, it's where they do the New Year's Eve ball drop, all of that shit, and they're gonna do a triple headline, triple main event. Okay, and this is from bottom to top. Okay, let's call it what it is, and we know what the main event's gonna be. So WBO super lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez takes on Arnold Barboza Jr. Okay? Not even sure what weight class is going to be yet. Okay? Not even sure if Lopez's WBO title is going to be on the line. Co-main event, WBC super lightweight champion Devin Haney returns against Jose Ramirez. Okay? And just so you're clear, Turki Al-Sheikh does have something to do with this. Okay? Riyadh season will be a part of this. And the main event will be the returning Ryan Garcia taking on former WBA super lightweight champion Rolly Romero. Now, in a perfect world, they're hoping Garcia goes through Romero and Haney goes through Ramirez. If all goes well, both of those guys win, then you will see them for Riyadh season in October in the rematch from last year's event that went down as Ryan Garcia technically defeated Devin Haney, but because of a failed drug test, tainted supplement, whatever, that fight was taken away from Ryan Garcia's win column, and the loss was taken away from Devin Haney's record, no contest. So not only is it no contest, Haney is still undefeated. Ryan Garcia never won. Ryan Garcia had to be suspended for 1 year, which is going to be up come this April 21st, actually, a day after its full year. That's what they're hoping. Now, here's what I'm curious about, right? I'm assuming Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero are going to be 140 pounds. I mean, that's what I'm assuming. Rolly Romero fights at 140. Okay, he was a former 140-pound champion. Garcia was supposed to fight Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz couldn't do it, so they got Rolly Romero, the guy who lost to Pitbull Cruz. Now, I don't see why Rolly Romero would take this fight if we're going to be over 140. Ryan Garcia last year was talking about he don't want to be at 140. He want to go up to 147, 154, whatever and shit. It's like, how the fuck is this possible, dude? You fought Gervonta Davis at 135. Acting weird because he asked for a rehydration clause because you were probably bulking up and shit. You both fought at 135. He lost. He went up to 140. Look at his first fight, which is Haney. He still came overweight. He even won money, but then he also had to pay money to Haney because he was 3 pounds over. But even if Garcia and Haney win, I want to know what weight class is that going to be. Is Haney done with 140? Is Garcia done with 140? I mean, if Haney's done with 140, you got to give up the WBC championship. Like, you can't be a fucking champion. Not to mention, you lost your last fight. And the zone ain't going to let you forget that. YouTube ain't going to let you forget that. The internet is not going to let you forget that. But I guess we'll see. Teofimo Lopez, I think he's gunning for somebody. I just don't know who. I mean, I want to see where Teofimo Lopez is at. He been talking shit like crazy. Didn't see him taking on Barboza. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see how this is gonna go. I got Lopez over Barboza. I don't know where Haney is as far as his comeback goes. He's been out as long as Ryan Garcia, and his last outing was not the great one. He got knocked down multiple fucking times, which I think he was KO'd, TKO'd technically, but referee takes 10 years to make a fucking count. These referees, I felt like they're rigging shit. I don't know. I'm undecided about that. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero has not been the same since Gervonta Davis knocked him the fuck out. Let's call it what it is. And then fucking Pitbull Cruz abused him. This I think, is Rolly Romero's last chance. Seriously. No matter what shit talk he does. This is his last fucking shot. You went undefeated against Gervonta. You got left hooked. Fucking put out of your misery. To correct that, yes, you won the WBA title, which you were world champion, which is good. But you got pieced up by Pitbull and they had to stop the fight. That's 2 losses that are not good on your record. Top notch. Now, he's still a top tier fighter. But if he gets KO'd or TKO'd by Ryan Garcia, it's a wrap. I don't see a title shot in your future. Okay? So, can't wait for that. I'm more intrigued by that Ring Magazine card than I am the Canelo card. Who gives a flying fuck with who the hell Canelo's fighting? KSI takes on Dylan Danis March 29 for Misfits. Okay? Now, I'm not big on the whole KSI thing. Personally, I'm still waiting for KSI and Jake Paul to fight. I think that's the biggest grudge match in YouTube, whatever professional fighting situation goes. I'm not interested in a Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury rematch. I'm not interested in a KSI versus Tommy Fury rematch. I'm interested in KSI versus Jake Paul. Obviously, I'll have Jake Paul winning that, but I think that's a bigger story. I mean, I think it's more more obvious and complex to why they're not fighting, I don't think it has anything to do with weight. No, I don't think. I think they can figure out a catch weight somewhere. But I feel like it's business related because KSI is partners with the hydration drink Prime with Jake Paul's brother, Logan Paul, right? See the connection? Logan Paul in the middle. And not to mention, if you do get a KSI versus Jake Paul, who's the A side? I think that's one of the biggest things. KSI is promoting his own shit with Misfits. Okay? That's his own promotion. Jake Paul got MVP promotions. Whose name's going first? Whose promotion's going first? Who's gonna take the big percentage? I mean, if in my mind, I'll go with the guy who's been winning mostly, Jake Paul. You know, if you're losing, I mean, there's no fucking way you could be A side. That don't make no sense. You know, that's why when they did Mayweather versus Pacquiao, I think it was very easy to decide who was going to be A side, B side. Obviously, Mayweather in name wise is A side, but Pacquiao's been losing. You know, Mayweather was undefeated, so it's obvious who's going on the A side. You know what I'm saying? But they worked out, you know, what percentage goes where. When they had this fight between KSI and Danis actually scheduled, where at the presser, Dylan threw a coffee at him. Okay? Danis pulled out. Later down the road, we got KSI versus Tommy Fury, and in the co-main event, Danis versus Logan Paul. Now, not a good night for neither one of them because KSI ended up losing to Tommy Fury. Logan Paul ended up defeating Danis. Now they're doing this. And they just got done doing the presser for this, where KSI had a pancake and slapped the shit out of Danis. Right? Now, here's where I'm bugged out. Right? Because let's call it what it is. Here's my fucking rant. KSI was fighting like shit against Tommy Fury. You were fighting like shit because you decided to train with current, at the time Bellator, but current UFC fighter, MVP, Michael Venom Page, right? And you could tell you fucking trained with him because your whole stance was like MVP. What the fuck was this? Where you literally standing side to side and try to catch. Blah. Blah. And it ended up, all you've been doing was hitting in the back of the fucking head. Terrible. If you're going to fight like shit, maybe you shouldn't have fought Tommy Fury. And this ain't even no shade on, there's no shade. I'm just being objective when it comes down to KSI. You were fighting like shit. You deserved to lose. Period. Danis, you fought like shit. After fucking sitting there trying to entertain us, which you did. I'll give it up to you. You did. You really got the fight talking. Let's call it what it is. As far as promotion goes, the co-main event was the main event. Okay? More people wanted to see Danis versus Logan Paul more than KSI and Tommy Fury. Let's just call it what it is. Danis spent a fucking month or two literally exposing or telling the truth or making up shit about Logan Paul's fiance. Now, it caused them to get sued by her. But it's like, fair game. At least you could have won. Or you could have fought. He didn't do shit. Made it seem like it was a jiu-jitsu match. All this fucking talk Danis does, and he fights like a fucking idiot. Okay? Now, two motherfuckers who didn't fight correctly in that event alone are finally going to go at it. Now, who has the upper hand? KSI or Danis? And it's 6 rounds. Let's keep in mind, okay? It's 6 fucking rounds. If either one of them fight like shit, you guys watch this shit for no reason. Plain and simple. Okay? Who has the edge? Danis is scheduled this year at the Global Fight League to fight Tony El Cucuy Ferguson, former interim lightweight champion in the UFC. Okay? That's a very, very big match. Very, very, very big fight. One of them's coming out bloody. But if I had him win or lose, I say Dylan Danis is going to come out bloody. With those elbows, if Tony catches you, it's a wrap. You're getting bloodied. Okay? But Dylan Danis, I don't know why he's fighting MMA if all you're doing is jiu-jitsu. Stick to fucking jiu-jitsu. Why are you boxing? Why? If you're not going to take the shit seriously. Okay, you get poses, pictures with fucking Alex Pereira. Okay? So what? I don't even know what this sparring session is all about, because at the end of the day, striking-wise, you don't match even close to what Alex Pereira does. So, why? If you're going to come out with the same shit, to me, I think this is an even advantage, because let's call it what it is. Logan Paul was way too fucking big for Dylan Danis. Tall, stockier, like, it didn't make sense for Dylan Danis to fight that fight. But you're about even with KSI. I think it's fair game. Logan Paul is a natural athlete. WWE superstar, all of that. KSI is not. He's a rapper. Call that what it is. You are a naturally jiu-jitsu champion. But you're going to need some fucking strikes. Where you're going to get it, I don't fucking know. Wherever you're training with Team New York and Global Fight League, maybe that will work. Maybe fucking over there in New York. You know what I'm saying? Ray Longo. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you can train with Ray Longo and Chris Weidman, maybe that will work out. Stay the fuck away from Aljamain Sterling, because we don't need no jiu-jitsu there. Okay? No grappling. Otherwise, you're DQ'd again. Stupid. If I'm Dylan Danis, I'm training directly striking. Directly striking. I don't need my jiu-jitsu. I'm striking this motherfucker. Because I'm going to go within 2-3 rounds to knock him the fuck out. Something... If Dylan Danis has been looking fucking terrible for the last few years, okay? As far as competition-wise goes. To bury that, if he knocks out KSI and knocks out Tony Ferguson at Global Fight League, he just propelled. Just saying. Otherwise, they're going to just shit on your name again. And it's well-deserved. Now, before we get out of here, Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach went down. Controversial draw. Gervonta takes a knee. Hair grease in his eye. Hairstylist said that was all bullshit. Even put out a picture for receipts. Don't hate on Gervonta. Hate on the ref. Whatever the fuck that ref is, he's cockeyed like a motherfucker. He fucked up. Okay? Now, how you look at it is depending on how you actually judge this fight, right? It went down to 9 rounds. So, how did you judge it? Who had the most rounds? Now, let's say just for an example, right? Gervonta Davis won 8 rounds, right? Easy. 8 rounds. He takes a knee in round 9. That counts as a knockdown. Okay? Even with that knee, Gervonta, depending on how that those rounds are scored, if he's winning landslide, he's not losing the fight. That's technically maybe a majority decision. Maybe. Depending on how they judged it. So how they judge the rounds. I would have to look really closely on every round and judge it objectively. But if this shit was dead even, that knee is a knockdown, Lamont Roach is your winner and new WBA world champion. This technically should be a loss on Gervonta's record. Now, don't get it twisted. Gervonta is one of my top 3 favorite fighters in boxing. Okay? Made a lot of money I made a lot of money with him when he fought Ryan Garcia. Okay? I told everybody, Ryan Garcia is open to the left. He's going to KO Ryan Garcia. Guaranteed. I betted everybody. I even bet out Mexicans. Okay? Because all they was doing is betting against the black guy. Like, what the fuck, you racist fucks? You did the same thing with Mayweather. So, I banked. But this fight, I'm sorry, Gervonta. You lost. That was a loss. You got saved. And Brooklyn was supposed to be your home. Okay? Brooklyn, this was the same place you knocked out Rolly Romero. They treat you fair. But not with the decision bullshit. Okay? Should a rematch occur? Yeah. But I don't want to see it. Do I want to see this fight again? Probably not. But you got to correct it. Because any fight you take after this, they're going to say you running from Roach. It's fucking weird to say, too. I don't think Gervonta should take that. Because he spent too much time on the fucking internet to be doing this dumb shit. I say stay the fuck off the internet. Stop talking shit about Turkey Al-Sheikh. Stop talking shit about all the fighters. Stop talking shit back and forth with Terrence Crawford. And worry about your goddamn fights. Because that should have been a knockout again. Back on top again. Now, you got a questionable fucking fight. That's a no contest now. Well, it might look like it's a draw now. But Lamont Roach's team has already appealed to the New York State Athletic Commission. If they rule in favor of Lamont, either this is going to no contest or they're going to reverse the referee's decision, and this will be a loss on Gervonta Davis's record, which will be fucked up. That's a fucked up way to lose. Taking a fucking... I don't even know why he took that stupid shit. Like, you didn't have to do that. You could wait till the round's done and then fucking go wipe your face. But don't make fucking excuses. You should never take the knee. You've been boxing way too long. You're a professional. You're a world champion. You know what taking a knee is. Ryan Garcia took the fucking knee when you gave him a body shot. It's the same shit. They counted that as a knockdown. To be a knockout. That should have been a knockout on yours. Okay? Cut the bullshit. And referees in boxing, cut the fucking bullshit, you pieces of shit. You're ruining boxing. Fuck you. Now have a good night, guys. Here's your boy Eddie Jackson. Just dropped that podcast. Y'all subscribe to the page, like the page. Y'all already know what the fuck to do, all right? Y'all be safe. Be safe, okay? I fucking mean that, all right? Mwah. Peace.